Well, it looks like we are live. I'm gonna give it a minute. Got a few people waiting. Um, Today we're gonna have our discussion about my 2024 YouTuber guitar awards. We've already done one. That was for the best general video podcast, and that was Casino Guitars. And I've already had videos where I explain why I chose them and uh, what the guys there do and how lively they are and fun, and we even had some people in the comments reply back about enjoying going to see them. So um, we still got just a couple minutes. They're starting to trickle in here. I appreciate you coming. I'm sorry we had to reschedule. Um, now if I was, uh, a major concert venue, we'd have had to figure out something to do. But it was a family matter, and it was something that I needed to take care of with one of my sons. It wasn't a crisis, but it needed to be taken care of. And I feel like we rescheduled in plenty enough time to let everybody know what's going on. I'm starting to, before we get going, I feel like I want to do a live, and I want to do a members only live too. Like I said, I would at least once a month, but I want to do a live weekly, and it's looking like Sunday afternoon may be the time to do it. I get analytics as a YouTuber that tracks aggregate information, and I want you to know what that means. By tracking aggregate information, it doesn't tell me that John Doe from so and so comes on at so and so. It just gives me a rundown in a, a group together aggregate um, type data description of when most people that view my channel are on YouTube. And oddly, to me anyway, it said that it was most of my YouTube subscribers were on Friday at 3 o'clock. Now, I will tell you this, it overwhelmingly tells me, and remember, this is without individual data, this is aggregate information, but it tells me overwhelmingly that my subscribers are over 70% are age 50 and above. And the biggest majority are over 65. And I'm 63, coming up on 64 in 2 or 3 months. So, and so that tells me there's a lot of retired older guitarists that really enjoy guitars. So that's a great thing. And I think, I even see some of these guitar instructors we're going to talk about, along with maintenance and a few other things. Some of the younger ones say how much they enjoy teaching, that the younger instructors enjoy teaching older guitar students because they're patient. And that's not a slight on younger guitar students. Heck, most of them are raising families or got their nose to the grindstone. So, but it's certainly uplifting to me as a 63-year-old to know that, we've got older guitar students that share a love of guitar. Some of them are new. Some of them are coming back to the guitar. Many of us followed a similar journey where we learned as a child, a teenager, maybe kept it going through college, and then we settled down and we moved on to other things. So, okay, yeah, we're officially live now, so let's move forward. So what's the idea? The idea is that I started this YouTube channel for guitar resources for beginners to intermediate, and not as lessons, but enhancements to what is already available. on YouTube. Now I could venture into Facebook and this and that and other, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to stick with YouTube. Although I will occasionally mention, some of these people that do have other social media sites, and especially their website. If they have their own .com or .net or whatever. I've had davidhogan.com since the 90s. But I don't do much with it anymore. I make it reflect and come to my YouTube channel. I used it for years for my newspaper and journalism and PC adventures and things like that. So the criteria here, I am not, who am I to give out awards? Well, I'm a 52-year playing, teaching guitarist at 63 years old. And I got back in this after a hand condition, Dupuytren contracture, that stopped me playing when I was 57 years old. I eventually worked that out with my doctor and got it back stronger and stronger, and wanted to get back into what I'd missed so badly. And I wanted to teach my grandkids. I taught my 3 sons. And that was, of course, years ago. I used a Fretlight guitar to teach them. Y'all have seen me use the Fretlight guitar here. I am a authorized Fretlight teacher, and sometimes I will use the Fretlight system, but I don't. I use more than just the Fretlight system. The Fretlight system is a tool. So anyway, I felt like we're in the middle of 2024. So I want to give notice and accolades to the guitar instructors, the other YouTubers that make a difference in our guitar journey. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I will enhance your learning. The very first things I did when I started this channel a few months back was to show you what we called guitar-worthy sites. Then we moved it into guitar-worthy videos. But that encompasses a lot because it depends on where you are with your journey. So that's part of some of the criteria that I'm going to cover here in a minute. I am not covering big organizations that use different instructors for different things like TrueFire, Fender Play, things like that. Now, I'm not saying I won't cover somebody that has a different instructor from time to time. That's fine. And there's a place for Fender Play, Gibson, App, TrueFire. TrueFire is a Cadillac of guitar learning with all kind of choices, but I'm focusing on individuals. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I can tell you what I think those people excel at. Now, I put a video out leading up to this showing you a few of my lead nominees, and they're listed here. But you see, I've added a lot more. And so any feedback I get, I don't think I did anything special to the chat module other than you got to be a subscriber and you have to, you can subscribe. I think it waits 1 minute after you subscribe to let you chat. Then you can unsubscribe. I'm not trying to hoodwink you or rope you into that. I appreciate people that subscribe. I appreciate the members that have done a low-cost membership. It supports the channel, helps me do the things I do around my hometown and this, giving guitars to kids and people that otherwise couldn't afford a guitar. And we're even going to talk about that at the end, a guitar giveaway expedition. And that's going to be a little bit of an adventure. Maybe think of a scavenger hunt or something like that. I'll get on that in a minute. But anyway, so the criteria, it can't be a major organization that their only purpose is to teach guitar using a massive amount of different instructors. And I'm not knocking them. There are, I've even, I pay for all these things. I don't accept free memberships. We've monetized the channel to help pay for the cost of the guitars I buy and these memberships, and it's not going to cover it, and that's okay. Every single thanks I get, every single low cost membership, even my most expensive one, which is still under $5 a month, that you can cancel at any time, is appreciated. It's greatly appreciated. But I pay for these things, and I did it on purpose because I wanted to evaluate how valuable it is to someone who's a beginner, someone who's stuck in a rut, someone who can't go forward, or someone who just doesn't know where to go. So, my idea is not to reinvent the wheel. So let's talk first about the YouTube award for the 2024 Guitar Instructor of the Year. So this is my criteria that has a beginner level. And I don't care if they go advanced and get into music theory, but they have to have beginner information. They have to have regular videos, and some must be free. Paid material is an extra. That's a very common marketing tool, and there's nothing wrong with it. These people make a living doing this. If you go to a guitar store or to someone's home for a guitar instructor, then you're going to have to pay them, and you should have to pay them. The labor is worth their wages, and then they have an obligation to you to give you your money's worth, and they should. So many of these do regular videos, and they'll do all kind of different ways of doing this. Some of them are trying to sell books. Some are trying to sell additional courses. There's just all different kind of marketing, and we are not. I'm not going to call them evil. This is how they make a living. And gosh, I would have loved to have had YouTube when I was first learning guitar back in the 70s. It would have been a great thing. But here's what's nice about it. So many of them give you things free, and they give you advanced lessons. Many of them are 30-minute lessons. Then if you want the PDFs or the backing track downloads or something like that, you can join at normally a very fair and reasonable level to get those additional things, or courses or lives like I'm doing that are just for people that have done that. So, we're not going to argue that. That's the criteria. The other criteria is that they are organized. Now, what do I mean by that? If you treat guitar, and there's nothing wrong with that, I treat it that way. I treat guitar as something I will never master. And I don't want to master it. I don't ever want to master it. I want to continue to learn. I want to have fun with the guitar. I want to buy circle of fifth clocks like I have, that when I look up at the time, I'm reminded of the circle of fifths and how valuable it is to me. And that when I have a video about it, somebody's going to jump me because I'm teaching it, not the Nashville numbering system. And I'm not going there. I already went there, and I gave you an entire course from Marty Music about what the Nashville numbering system was and why it was not appropriate to what I was talking about. So especially in the way it was trying to be pushed down people's throats. But feel free to throw those comments out there. They're not going to see the light of day. So, organized. They've got to be organized. Is there a beginning part? Is there a chords? Is there scales? Is there what's next? Is there an outline? So that was another criteria. And then the bonus material are books, PDFs, tabs, downloads, things like that. Those to me are bonuses. So I'm going to narrow this down out of this list, and any more y'all give me, to 5 guitar instructors. I told you that I already had 3 that were high on the list. But let's talk about some of these. Ricky's guitar is Ricky Comiskey. When I'm done with this video, I will put the links to these people in the video, but they're very easily searched on YouTube. If you put in Ricky Comiskey, you're going to go to his site. Ricky has additional area. He's been at it forever. He sells this book on Amazon and his website, and he has lessons, and he has the appropriate lesson number and QR codes to get to these lessons. And I've talked about Ricky before. Ricky's been teaching guitar for decades, so he's definitely in the running. Music is Win, Tyler Larson. Tyler has his own paid system, which is quite good. That you can pay for, and it's reasonably priced. But he is Berkeley trained. He's entertaining. He has a lot of content. Some of it may be over your head because he can get very advanced, but he also gives you enough that keeps you thinking and motivated and wanting to go. Guitar Zero to Hero is Dave Tran. Now, Dave has complete courses. He also teaches song playing free. He has different levels of courses. He's a very young looking guy, but do not be deceived by his young looks. This guy is a master at the guitar. He really is. So that's Dave Tran. And then you've got Active Melody, Brian Sherrill. And Brian's been at it a long time. He gives away free lessons. I think he gives away a weekly, I may be wrong here. I think every Friday he gives away a free lesson, and it's a lesson. I mean, it's a long lesson, everything from blues to triads to, he covers the gambit. He's very understandable. He does an excellent job. He has episode numbers. When he does his free lesson, he'll say, if you need to learn more, search on episodes, and he'll give you the number. So that's Brian Sherrill. Justin Guitar is Justin Sanderco. Now, Justin Guitar is huge. It is organized. It can be, and it is fantastic. Justin Sanderco is a warm, giving person. He is one of my guitar-worthy sites. It is organized. He gives away a lot of free stuff. But like Ricky, it's a lot of stuff. Now, that can be a blessing or a little bit challenging. But I think he's worth the challenge. Justin goes very deep. He's very, very deep. Justin also has material on Amazon, rhythm books, music, learning to read music, and you can search for him on Amazon. He's got Kindle books as well. The Near Life Experience is Anthony Parker. Anthony shows you how to play a lot of songs. He will stop and give free lessons. He sells merch on his website, everything from guitar shirts. He'll have like A minor pentatonic lessons for a very low price. But he sells this book right here, which is, I got to tell you, it is a fantastic book that covers from very beginning, you can see the guitar head to toe, till he gets into advanced lead and 12-bar blues. And so, I mean, Anthony does a heck of a job. So he's definitely a contender. You've got Learning Guitar Secrets, Den Lopez. I think he also goes by Beginner Guitar Secrets on some of his social media. I've talked about Den before. He's a guitar-worthy site. He gives away a lot of free stuff. He does a lot of videos. And he excels at people that are frustrated. He knows music theory. He understands scales, all those kind of things, but he helps you when you're stuck. And he has some great books. Many of them can be downloaded. Now, like many of the downloads, they could fail. If you email him, he'll get it to you. He is a marketer, and he tells you he's a marketer, but he's an honest marketer. I think I've probably purchased every book he has. His books are very detailed. You get into the books, He actually has Scan Me's where you can, go see his lessons. But he gets very deep rhythm. He treats it an introduction, and then he has other books. Like this is a double book, the Handbook Finger Picking 101. Once again, he has the Scan Me's. He'll show you things, and then he'll take you to his lessons. That's Den right there. He's a very down-to-earth young man. He's very good. I think very highly of him. And then this book flips, and you get 101 strumming patterns for beginners. And then his courses that he charges, and they're not that expensive. I bought them. He didn't give me nothing, but you get all kind of extra stuff like campfire songs and lots of other things. But, he gets into timing and, the 1 minute trick, but he always has those little lessons that help you out. So, he's especially helpful at people that are frustrated. And maybe they've learned the A minor pentatonic and they're like, but I can't play lead. All I do is sound like a scale. And, he'll give you little tricks like learn to use what he calls the House of Blues box and things like that. He'll break down and say, well, we're taught to play scales up here near the headstock, but most of your lead is going to be down here at the upper registers near the body, the 12th fret and on. And so he shows you how to accent those things. He has things about the cage system. So he's very thorough. Rhett Shull Guitar. Rhett has a great set of courses. He's very knowledgeable. Like many, he has a lot of YouTube videos that cover gear, maintenance. He goes and visits guitar shops. To me, Rhett probably gives away more in his courses than he does on YouTube, but that doesn't dismiss what he does on YouTube. Rhett works hard. He gives you tons of good information about gear, the way to buy things, techniques for learning, things like that. And by the way, while I'm on Rhett has a friend that through knowing Brett, I took his friend's bass course. And I enjoy bass. I it's something I wanted to do to get more note oriented, but my channel is about guitarists. So, I'm not including bass instruction and things like that, although it's absolutely worthy. Anything that enhances your rhythm. Remember the bass or the elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Well, you have 4 strings on the bass that the guitar and the bass share, but they have different approaches. So his friend, Mr. Conrad, has a great course, but this is not about bass courses. So I just wanted to mention that because I like Rhett and because I bought his courses when he came on and showed his buddy that taught him how to play bass. I absolutely, bought the course and it's been worth it. So, and then you move into Marty Music, and that's Marty Schwartz. Marty has been playing guitar. Let me just show y'all. This is his, pardon my shorts, but I just came back from the campground. But Marty's been at it a long time. Marty has taught a lot of people to play guitar. This is Marty's signature Epiphone Les Paul. And not Les Paul, I apologize. But I'm the semi-hollow. And it is a beautiful guitar that Marty spec'd out. And, it's got Marty's little hat, on the back. Because if you've ever seen Marty, he wears a hat everywhere. And Marty's good. And Marty is exceptional at teaching you to play songs. So, but Marty has many, many free lessons, lots of free lessons. And then he has paid lessons. And Marty breaks his lessons down. Some people sell an entire bundle. Marty has all kind of lessons, everything from blues to strumming to rhythm to beginning, you name it. Marty's been around a while. Let me get this back where you can see. And then my last person on the list is Rick Beto with Beethoven's Ultimate Bundle. Now, this guy is just a musical theory whiz. He really is. But he does know how to reach people that are learning. He has the Ultimate Beto Bundle that I bought. It's wonderful. Everything from ear training, to learning. Oh, wow, that's a G chord, and I mean to getting down to scales, to many. The guy is good. And he also has very interesting YouTube videos. So that's my running list right there. Feel free as you think of more to put them in the comments. I'm gonna do this the next 2 weeks, and I'm gonna announce them. It's certainly not the Grammy Awards, but it is my list. So what are the other things? The other things are, and I don't have that many people for this. Marty Swartz is probably, and Justin Sanderco and Dave Tran, Guitar Zero to Hero are probably my nominees for song playing. People on YouTube that will teach you how to play a song. And Marty, Justin, and Dave Tran excel at that. And they do it different ways. Some of them will just teach you the riff. It may just be a song that's got chords, but then there's a certain riff or arpeggio or, a lead part, and they'll sit down, they'll break it down, they'll provide tab, they'll do things like that. But that is going to be one of my YouTuber awards, is the best song playing instructor. There's several of them. I am open, all ears to any more you want to add in the comments to look into. So I think that's a valuable resource for all of us, is song playing. The video to this day, the video that I had thousands upon thousands of views, was when I put up a mnemonic, and it was PASSED, PASSED. And let's just put it up there. PASSED. Play a simple song every day. Play a simple song every day. I don't care if it's a 2-chord song, which some people, we're not going to mention that group that everybody wants to mention about the horse. There's actually more chords than just 2 if you've gone advanced with it. But some people only want to play 3 chords. They want to learn 3 chords and play some songs, and that's fine. It's your guitar journey. So song playing to me is very important. One of the very first things I teach, y'all have heard me show it before, I do teach a very basic chord, and then I move straight to rhythm, to 4/4 time. Strum 2, 3, 4. Strum 2, 3, 4. And then we change that up. Strum 2, strum 4, strum 2, strum 4. And then I change it to 3/4 time, and I do other things. And then we go with the strumming patterns: down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And we change things. Rhythm is everything. You don't have anything but noise until you put some rhythm to something. So that's an important part of song playing. So, I gave you my 3 that, there are some of these other people do songs too, but these are the 3 that come to my head that I watch do this every day, all the time. And remember, one of the consistent things about me picking somebody is that they give you regular videos. Regular. I'm not talking about they have to do it every single day, but they certainly should show up weekly. There were some people on here that had some great videos. There was one gentleman that probably had the best video, and I put it in my community tab, that I'd ever seen about finally understanding positions and scales. He broke it down perfectly. And then it was like he fell off the face of the earth. Well, that's fine. I still highlighted him, but that's not going to be a guitar, a 2024 guitar instructor of the year. Remember, the criteria has to be that they regularly post things for your benefit. So, that's one of the other things. Then we're going to talk about the other one. The last two are maintenance. And I told you, my leading guy is Philip McKnight. My other video about this that led into this, I have the link, and I will put links, this coming week, so y'all see all this. But he is just an unbelievable expert luthier, ran a guitar shop for years, shows you everything from how to do a setup to how to deal with fret buzz, to even how to change strings, and a lot, you'd be surprised at the people that carry their guitars to a guitar shop to have the strings changed. And I don't laugh at them. That they've never been shown. They're scared. They don't want to damage their guitar. They didn't grow up around, guitars, and didn't, heck, I had to save money just to buy the strings. I mean, I can actually remember using strings that my buddies threw away. So I just was hoping it had enough on the end to wind around the post. So anyway, and then the last thing is actual guitar reviews. And I'm not talking about maintenance. I'm talking about helping you make a decision whether or not you want to buy the guitar. My leading contender for that, as I showed in the video, is Alamo Music. I think they just do a fantastic job at highlighting guitars, showing you the tones they make, the type of woods, the type of strings, pickups, things that they have, things to consider. Now, Casino Guitars, they got our very first award for the video podcast of 2024. They do that too, but I didn't break them down for reviews because they cover everything. These guys are just a talk show, walking book of knowledge of guitar and the guitar industry. That's the reason they got the award. So anyway, that's our lineup. The Guitar Instructor of the Year, the Guitar Song Player Helper of the Year, the Guitar Maintenance Instructor of the Year, and the Guitar Reviewer of the Year. Now we'll talk about, I want to end this, something I'm thinking about doing in the future, but let me tell you why I'm not going to do it the way other people do. Some of these people, they will have a guitar giveaway. And what they're trying to do is get you to buy merchandise. Nothing wrong with that. And they'll enter your name. They'll use a computer random generator and pick your name, and they'll give away a guitar. And that's a great incentive. And a lot of times it's a good guitar. Well, I do that here in my local town. I will do name that tunes, things like that, to help a young student or somebody that otherwise couldn't afford a guitar. And we've had a lot of fun with that. And then, or to try to tell parents where to go next. What is available to them, what local guitar shops give lessons, what's online, what's next. But here's where I'm not going to follow their example. I'm not going to ship the guitar. I have videos on the proper way to ship a guitar and the online resources that do it right. I have seen so many guitars damaged not because of the truck. I come from a trucking background. When I got out of the Air Force as a diesel mechanic, it everything has to do with the way the guitar is packed. Well, I know how to pack a guitar. I still have many of the boxes that came straight from the online purchase places that I got them. I still have the wrapping paper that went around them, the bag the guitar was in. I know how to ship a guitar. The problem with that is chain of custody. You can't track the package. Guys, I don't make money at this. Even if you, I didn't do this to make money. I do this to help, to give back. But the price to ship an average guitar somewhere across the country is $65. Well, the guitars I give away, I get through deals like Musician's Friend's Stupid Deal of the Day. I look out for deals and I buy low cost, good guitars that are still excellent guitars. I'll give you an example. Let me move this. Whoa. Here, y'all can just watch me knock everything down. But like, this is a Epiphone. I've got the fret 37 on it, which is a guitar stand. I'm going to stand it up on the desk that allows you to stand it up. And I got this as a deal of the day for $119. Didn't come with a case. But solid wood guitar. It's a big dreadnought. It's an excellent guitar to begin with. It's an Epiphone. Epiphone was the very first guitar that I was ever, good guitar that I was able to buy. And to ship this would cost me almost more money than I paid for the guitar. So I'm going to turn this, with y'all's help, into a guitar giveaway expedition. And you may think, what the heck is that? I've seen somebody pull this off with another thing. I'm in the Birmingham, Alabama area. If you participate, then you're going to accept the fact that to get this guitar, you got to figure out how to get it. And I'm not shipping it. So that means that if you know somebody either in the Birmingham area or passing through the Birmingham area at an agreed upon time, that I would meet them in a safe location. My safe location would be my local police department because they have a safe exchange zone where you pull up in the parking lot and you're right there in front of the dispatchers and they have cameras on you. I would meet at a prearranged time. And then you got to figure out, how do I get, now can I, okay, he's in Birmingham. Well, you know, I'm in Kentucky. I've got a friend that's going to Birmingham and they can get it to Nashville. And then I've got to pay, and you may already be thinking, oh, you're crazy. I guarantee you this can be pulled off. I've seen it pull, and it's fun. And the people report back, where's my guitar? It's on the way. So I will package the guitar to make the transport in a car. I'll put it in the box it came in. I'll heavily pad it with bubble wrap, this, that, and other. I will not be responsible for anything. This is your expedition. So, you know, we may do some things like that, meaning that you're going to have to coordinate the people that pick it up. If a monsoon takes the car off and the window rolls down, it rolls out, well, hey, you did have a guitar coming. Isn't that great? But that's, I'm not going to go broke trying to give away guitars to get people to, I don't even know what I would be accomplishing. This is not my source of income. I don't do this for a source of income, but I think it would be a neat thing that would be fun. So I've got to work the details out, and we'll work the, details out. So anyway, and it's something we may do once every other month or something like that, but I'll give away a new guitar. It's going to be something that I'm going to try to make sure it's a name brand, a Squire, a Epiphone, a Fender, some of these offerings they've had, that's a decent beginner guitar, a guitar you can use for noodling, or just something to have some fun with. And, you know, we'll ask whoever wins it to report back to me in private, where we can share on the channel the journey your guitar is making. Because remember, my channel is about a guitar journey. So please, the comments, put out there, you know, if I've missed somebody in these guitar instructors, put out who you like. Y'all know the comments are held, but they're held for a reason. I release all the comments that are not nasty and that are pertinent to what we're talking about. But I think this is, guys and gals, understand, I mean it when I say to me, it's foolish to reinvent the wheel. What I want to do on a regular basis is point you to these people and say, hey, Active Melody just had a lesson on so-and-so. You might benefit from it. After the lesson, I may say, that was a great lesson. I would ask you to consider thinking about this when she told you to do that. Things like that. These people are dedicated. They're full-timers. And if I didn't think they cared and were giving a worthy resource, I wouldn't have listened. I wouldn't do it. I told y'all when I first started this channel that I wasn't going to critique instructors. I was not going to just randomly pick an instructor and goes, oh, he's terrible. If he or she is not worthy, I'm not going to mention them. I'm just not going to do it. The whole idea is guitar resources. So I thank you for this live. We had several people visit. I'm going to try to do these on a regular basis on Sunday, unless people tell me they'd rather have them at a different time. I just don't see a nighttime activity. You know, nights are so hard for people. Sunday afternoon seems like a time that people have their worship services, whether they're Saturday, Sunday, out of the way. I'm not, you know, a lot of people spend Sunday with family. A lot of people do all kind of different things. You cannot please everybody. I learned that years ago as an online moderator for the largest computer forum in the entire world. You do your best, the best you can, to try to pick times for events that serve the most number of people. And sometimes you have to have multiple events to serve people. So, you know, I'm going to try Sunday afternoons to be a regular live. And then I'll also address down the road the once a month or more that we'll do for members only. I'm trying to do some members. God, I'm so glad the members I do have, they've been great at asking good questions. And I'm trying to figure out ways to make the fact you supported us even better. So thank y'all for being members. Hey, remember, even when I pick somebody, all these people are worthy of your time. And I'll try my best to help you to find things they do. I know how easy it is to go down a rabbit hole. I do. I know how easy it is to get started on something and then you get lost, which is why one of the reasons I put under the criteria was organized or structure. Not to tout him over others by any means, but just to show, like Ricky Comiskey. You can go look at his playlist. He has everything from beginner, like at the very beginning. You can see how this is laid out with an index, but he starts off the guitars. He starts off very basic. And once again, down at the bottom is the episode and where you can find it. If you go to his site and you click on the playlist, you'll see that it's unbelievably categorized. Same thing with Justin Guitar, several of these people. So that's part of the criteria. Anyway, I'm going to end this right now. I'll let you know well in advance when we're going to announce the winners. Please give some input. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a blessed guitar journey, and most of all, happy picking.